Most people who want to start an online business in 2026, they are stuck doing this one thing. They are stuck watching endless YouTube videos, endless videos about how to start a business, how to get started, how to do this, and they're looking for the perfect course, they're looking for the perfect this and that, waiting for the perfect time to happen. But let me tell you the truth that business does not care about being perfect. It does not care about perfection. What it cares about is speed. How fast you can execute things, how fast you can make things happen, and how fast you can get things done. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I will start an online business from absolute scratch with nothing. No money, no connections, no fancy anything, no tools, no nothing, no resources basically. How I will start that business, how I will make that business successful. So I'll be sharing every single thing that I've learned in my journey of running a successful business since the past almost 3 years now. So this video is going to be very helpful if you really are thinking about being a business person, and if you don't have any ambitions, if you don't think you want to start a business, and if you think that you just want to work a job and have a comfortable life, then I think my channel is not the right channel for you, to be honest. So yeah, let's get started. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Abhishek Khati, and I run a content agency. And what people often ask me, what do you do, even after I say I run a content marketing agency? So let me tell you, I basically build brands and I basically help brands grow. So that's what I basically do. And I've been in business, I've been doing this and that, hustling since I was very, very young, but I've had a successful business since the past 3 years. I've made thousands of dollars online, coming from a third world country like Nepal, and I work with millionaires now, and I have learned a lot of things along my business journey, and that's the exact reason why I started this channel. One of my videos on TikTok did kind of well. It reached, I think, 13,000 views or something, and people in the comment sections were like, you are a scammer, sell us the course already, what course do you have? And I don't even have a course. I started this channel to share the lessons I have learned, to share my experience, and I'm just a guy, just someone who is trying. I'm just a 20-year-old running a business, trying his best to be the best version of himself, and trying to teach what I know, trying to teach, and not even teach. I don't think if it's teaching. I'm just trying to share what I know. I'm just trying to share my failures, share my successes, and so that I could help you inspire, and so that I could see and look back when I'm on my deathbed that I tried my best to do the best for the world. So without wasting any time, let's get started. And I'm gonna give you 6 steps in this video that it's very practical steps. I'm gonna devise how I will take actions, what I will do, and I will, basically my plan if I were to start an online business. So without wasting any time, let's get started. And this video is gonna be very interesting and very practical, so let's get started. So starting with step number 1 is stop over consuming and start moving. You see, most beginners, especially the people who have not started anything, who have not done anything, and who don't have any guidance, the first thing they do is they go on YouTube and search how to get rich and how to grow my business, how to start a business, and they watch this endless videos. They watch, this endless free courses, and they buy these paid courses that promise them you're gonna be rich by this and you're gonna make this much money, and they, buy these paid memberships and all this nonsense that's out there in the internet. This might feel productive, but it is actually procrastination in disguise. You are literally procrastinating, you are literally masturbating your mind with the feeling of being productive instead of actually taking action and actually executing something so that you could get anything out of the world. You need to understand that business is not school. You don't get rewarded for learning. You don't get rewarded for the things you know. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you do not execute that knowledge, if you do not find a way to apply that knowledge, then your knowledge is going to be just useless. It's not going to change a single thing in your life. It's not going to change a single thing in the business you want to start. Your business only rewards execution. It only rewards action. And the faster you can get things done, the faster that you can, execute, the faster you can put in the effort, the more faster you get the results. It's that simple. And you need to understand that you will fail as well. There is no way to success without failures. I became successful in my business in some regards because I failed so many times, because I failed a bunch of times. I fell down, I got down, I had frustrations, struggles, and down. Then I went up. I did not went up without getting down. And you need to set your mind that way. You need to accept the fact that there are going to be failures, that there are going to be, struggles and challenges, and you need to be okay with that, because there is no light without dark and there is no wins without losses. business. Step number 2 is find a real problem to solve. And I'm not saying you to build the next Tesla or send people to, the space or the moon like Elon. You just need to find a small problem to solve for a small group of people. So giving you some quick examples, it could be businesses that need more content, or it could be people who want to lose weight, or it could be coaches who need clients, who need leads, who need customers, or it could be creators like me who need video editing. It's that simple. Money flows to people who create actual value, not the people who chase money, not the people who just want money. And I've talked about this in detail in one of my past videos, so you can check that out after watching this video, obviously. So ask yourself, who do I understand, what problem can I solve, and what skill I can learn in the next 30 days. Step number 3, start with what you have. And this is the most important step in this entire video. You can skip everything and just stick to this. Start with what you have. You don't need a fancy laptop, or you don't need a amazing setup. You don't need a office or a perfect course or a perfect this or a perfect idea to start. You can just start. You can just start today, start right now, and everything else will follow. You can literally start with your phone. You can literally start by learning the free resources that's out there on YouTube, and you can literally get all the free tools online, and you can literally start with what you have right now. And this is exactly how I started. When I started, I did not even have a laptop. I started with a phone that was basically broken and that lagged every single second I used to use it. It was just so bad that it could not even run Facebook properly. So forget about anything else. That's how bad the phone was, and I just knew I had to start. I did not have amazing skills that people will think, oh, what an amazing skill he has. I didn't have any of that. I just started with what I had. I had a phone, I had an internet that I got from my, landlord or house lord, whatever you call it, the house owner that gives the house on rent. And he gave me the Wi-Fi password of his, and I somehow got that. And that's how I started. Did not have any money, did not have a perfect idea, did not have a schedule, a course, none of that. I just started with my phone, started with what I had, and here I am today, running a multiple 5-figure business by myself from my home. And I've now bought a MacBook, I've bought multiple laptops, I have bought my workspace, I've bought an apartment for my family. And how was that possible? It was possible because I started with what I have. I started where I was. I started with every single thing I could get my hands on. Step number 4, fail fast, adapt fast. You will fail, and it's not bad, it's not wrong, and it's not anything, it's not a sign for you to quit. You will fail. You just need to understand that, you just need to accept that, and you just need to move on with it. I failed. Every single person who is successful, he failed. He or she failed. The richest man in the world failed. You should check out Elon Musk's story, and if you check it out properly, you will see that he failed massively. He was on the verge of bankruptcy around 2008, I think. You can check it out. It's a documentary that's out there on YouTube. He failed literally in 2008. He was on the verge of bankruptcy. He says in podcasts and interviews that he could not sleep because that's how stressed and anxious and struggling he was, because his companies were failing. There is no light without dark, and there is no winning without losing, and there is no good without the bad. You cannot want for the good without ignoring the bad. You cannot want to be in the light without the dark. You cannot just reject the dark and accept the light. That's almost impossible. So you will mess up a bunch of times. You will make a lot of mistakes. You will waste some time, and that's absolutely okay, and you are not alone. I've been there. Every single person who has something in their life has been there, and you're going to be there, and you're going to come out the other side where all the failures, all the struggles, all the pain, the suffering, all of these things that are going to build you to the person that can handle failures properly. And every single failure you face is a feedback. It's going to be something that your life, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to teach you, is going to help you to become better, is going to show you the gap where you need improvements. I remember I was sparring for the first time, and I got punched on my face. I got punched very bad. I thought I will spare, and I'm a good fighter and no one's gonna touch me. But I got punched on my face for the first time I sparred properly, and that rocked my world, and that literally shook my world, and that literally make me wake up to reality. And from that day, I am so aware, and I'm so intentional when I spare that it's almost impossible to touch me. It's almost impossible to hit me because I have learned from my mistakes. I have learned from my failures. And this is exactly the same with business as well. It's absolutely simple. You try something, you see what works, you cut out what does not work, and you improve what works and you stick to what works. And for this, you need speed. You just cannot wait for perfection. I started creating content even though I was shit in front of the camera. I started my business even though I did not know a single thing about business. So that should be your mindset. That is exactly how I will think, and that is exactly how my mindset will be if I was starting from absolute scratch. Step number 5, do not quit your job too early. You see, there's this kind of trend on the internet that people are like, I'm gonna quit my job to start my business. I'm gonna be an entrepreneur to start my business. But you need to understand that you will struggle extra hard if you quit your job when you're just starting out your business. And if I were to start my business from absolutely scratch, then I will not quit a job. I will get multiple jobs if I could. Then I will work the job the entire day, and at night I will spend all the time I could get on my business. And that's exactly what I did. I did multiple jobs. I was doing, this thing called InDriver. I was basically giving rides. It's basically ride sharing where you share bike rides to people for a fair amount of money. And I used to do that, and I worked as a waiter. I worked in multiple companies, as sometimes a delivery man and sometimes, a machine operator. And I worked a bunch of jobs as well as working on my business. So you should not be thinking like, okay, I'm going to start a business, so I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to go 24 hours in my business. It's not realistic. It's not the good way. It's something I learned the hard way that it's really not the good way. Simply keep building your business on the side, and when you get enough money from your business that you think you can comfortably quit your job, and that's the moment where you quit your job. You don't quit your job when you're just starting out your business and you're just figuring out business. Don't do that mistake. And this is exactly what I will do. I will get a job that will give me active income, and then I will work on my business on the side. And the moment my business was able to make as much money or more money than my job, that will be the moment I will quit my job. Step number 6, country does not matter. You see, people are so good at making excuses. I live in Nepal, I live in India, I live in Bangladesh. So how can I run an international business? How can I make money online? It's impossible. PayPal even doesn't work in Nepal. I'm so good at these caricatures. So anyways, people make a lot of excuses about, everything. If they don't get any excuses, they will say Nepal doesn't have money, India doesn't have money, Bangladesh doesn't have money. It's all an excuse. And it does not matter where you are from. It does not matter what your caste is, what your background is, what your, family is. The internet has given us this freedom and this opportunity that doesn't matter, and nothing else matters as long as you provide value, as long as you have the skills, and as long as you have the ability to sell your skills and you are consistent with it, you will get paid. The internet, the business, the market does not look if you're white or black, doesn't look if you're Asian or Indian, or it doesn't look any of that. It just looks what value you are providing, what help you are providing, what solutions that you are providing to the market. So that's it for the video. And so I hope you learned something from this video, and this is exactly how I will start in 2026 if I was starting from absolute scratch. And the beautiful thing about starting from absolute scratch is that once you reach somewhere, once you achieve something, it's not the thing that you build is amazing. It's you that become amazing, that build that amazing thing. So I am truly confident in myself that if I lose every single client I have, if my business gets, ruined and destroyed and I'm at zero again and I go bankrupt, I have absolute confidence in myself, in the experiences I have gained, in the skills that I have, and the things that I know, in the capabilities that I have developed with hard work, with consistency, with failures, with struggles. I will be where I am in less than 3 months, or even less, or I will be even more higher than I am, because I believe in myself and I believe in the person I've become on the way, on the journey. So that's what's beautiful about starting from absolute scratch and failing and struggling and going through the struggles and pain and suffering and all of those things. That is what is beautiful. That is what actually matters. You become the person who becomes almost prone to failing, who becomes almost, bulletproof to failing. So I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. So that's it. You don't need confidence to start. You don't need anything to start. You just need simple things. You need a problem, you need a skill to solve that problem, you need a find way to deliver that solution to that problem, and you just need to start. And you get confidence once you start. So I truly hope this video helped you, and I truly hope that you are going to learn something from this video. And a lot of people have been DMing me, asking me for my steps and how, my guidance and all of that stuff. So this video is the answer. So I hope this video helped you. And it's literally midnight here and I'm still working. So this is what it takes when you really want to achieve something and when you really want to do something great in your life. So whatever. I'm going to see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you and bye-bye.